good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today we're going to be doing an Atlanta Hawks realistic rebuild. You guys' support has been awesome lately, but for those guys who are watching the video, if you're one of the 67% of the people watching this video, you aren't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, be greatly appreciated. Also leave a like on this one, lets me know you guys are enjoying this realistic rebuilds and to keep going. And it looks like you guys are enjoying them so far. We got the trade deadline coming up soon, so whenever, you know, if there's any trades, we'll do rebuilds over them. So yeah, I'm excited for the little break between realistic rebuilds if we get some nice trades, although I could make those trade videos realistic as well if you guys want to see that. But for the Atlanta Hawks, the Hawks are obviously not very good this season. They're 13-36. They're still experimenting with John Collins at center, and it's just not a long-term thing they should probably go with, because Collins could probably play center against a lot of teams, but then there's some other teams that are just going to be way too big, and they're just going to be able to demolish John Collins because he's just too small to play that spot. Trae Young, all-star starter. Whether you agree with it or not, he has had a great season. He's the third leading scorer in the league, I believe. So yeah, he's actually having a really good season. Let me double check that. Yeah, third leading scorer. My man Damian Lillard's been going off though, man. I just gotta say that real quick. But you know, I kind of wanted to make a trade right now for this Atlanta Hawks team, and you know, before I fired up this video, I was just like, what are some good Atlanta Hawks rumors out there going on right this second? And I saw a Clint Capella thing. And then I started thinking, well, what could the Hawks give up to get Clint Capella? And when you really go down their roster, there's nothing they can give up. Seriously, there just isn't. They could give up their first round pick. They could give them, there's just really nothing that I feel like the Rockets would want from the Hawks. Like, unless if it's going to be a 3-team trade, which I kind of experimented with a little bit, there's no reason the Rockets should want anybody from Atlanta Hawks, because the Rockets are on, you know, they're trying to win a championship. They have a 31-year-old James Harden, a 30-year-old Russell Westbrook. They're going to try to win a championship. They're not going to try to get young pieces and, you know, start to rebuild. So it doesn't make a lot of sense in that aspect. So I really couldn't find any pieces. Like, you know, I could throw them Cameron Reddish, but how does that help the Rockets now? It just doesn't. So we won't be making a trade for Clint Capella right now, but I will maybe experiment with it later in the video, depending on how things are going. But for this first season, I'm not going to do anything. I think, you know, they made their trade for Jeff Teague at the trade deadline. I'll leave it at that. And, you know, depending on how much money Jeff Teague wants, maybe we'll resign him. I don't know what the Hawks plan on doing with him after the season, but this is how 2K has a rotation right now, and it is a little funky. Are they really giving 13 players minutes in real life? I don't know. I actually don't know. I've watched a handful of Hawks games, but I can't imagine they're giving 13 players. So I'm not thinking about who's in the rotation and who's not. But I'm gonna give Cameron Reddish these last few minutes, and then Ben Bree, Damian Jones. So yeah, that all looks good. We'll leave it like this. Like I said, I think they have been experimenting with Collins running center for a little bit, but obviously not something they're just starting him out with. But I like this starting five that the Hawks have now, minus the center spot. I mean, these 4 players could definitely be huge contributors for the future going forward for Atlanta. But we're gonna try to make this team as best as we can, realistically as possible, and hopefully we can bring Atlanta a championship by the end of the video. At the end of the season, the Clippers have won the championship, beating, Paul George's Finals MVP, beating the 76ers in 5 games. They also swept the Lakers and the Western Conference Finals, which is interesting. But we went 28-54, so obviously our team is nowhere near making the playoffs just yet. So we'll have to make some changes. So let's see what we can do for Trae Young, because the man does need help. Let's see what player stats. 29 points. Yeah, I guess we all knew Trae Young had a magical season. So Trae Young, John Collins are the safest people in this video. DeAndre Hunter is probably third to those two, but I definitely want to prefer, you know, I definitely want to keep Trae Young and Mr. Collins together at all, you know, at any means possible. But let's go to the draft lottery. Hopefully we can get lucky. We are projected a top 4 pick, so hopefully we can jump up to number 1 somehow. And we go down to number 5, so that kind of sucks. But we are at least guaranteed another player that could come help out Trae Young. So let's go ahead and sign Randy Martin, I guess, and we'll go with that. And then Melvin Hunt. You know, the staff isn't bad. I'm gonna fire him, and I'm gonna imagine the Hawks would keep Lloyd Pierce for now, but maybe eventually, if the team is still struggling, they'll eventually trade him. But we have 2 first-round picks, which is nice to know. I could move up. You know, this team does need a center. They could look at James Wiseman, because they really do need a center, desperately do. Now I don't know. I know they could go with Bruno Fernando long term, but obviously he's not somebody they believe in. because they are interested in guys like Drummond and Capella who could come help out right away. So we could, you know, try to move up, you know, maybe move up with the Wizards, give them something. I don't know. We'll try this. We'll see. Could I give you Bruno Fernando and my pick for, okay, so we're able to move up a spot and the Wizards take on a young player and we're able to move up just one spot, which is kind of nice, or a couple spots, I guess. So we're in the top 3 now, which is nice. So let's go to the draft now and see if we can get something good. The only player I don't want is LaMelo. I really don't want LaMelo. And what do you know? He hasn't been taken. I kind of wanted Anthony Edwards, but he didn't get taken. And we really need a center. So instead of going for Drummond or Clint Capella, we moved up and we're going to take James Wiseman because this team desperately needs a center to actually play center. We don't need Mr. Collins. So I'm glad we moved up. Let's go. No, Dante, Precious. Who do we want to take? Precious actually wouldn't be a bad power forward off the bench. Or Isaiah Stewart. Let's see. Isaiah Stewart's not a bad option either. Okay, so I could choose between one of these two. And I'm pretty sure the last player I drafted was Isaiah Stewart. So I'm going to go with Precious this time instead. And we're going to run with that. And, you know, that's actually a pretty good draft to bring in. So we're going to sign both those guys. And player options, Jabari declines. You know, he's not really an asset anymore. Like, he does good. He puts up numbers, but we all know defensively, he's just kind of not very good at all. So unfortunately, Jabari Parker, you know, was a player I could have experimented with at the trade deadline, but I decided not to. So we're going to renounce all of our free agents too, and we're going to have some money, which is even more awesome. Let's go ahead and do that. We could have I imagine Vince Carter finally retired, but maybe he didn't. And we have about $56 million, $81 million after renouncing everybody. We have Trae Young, Kevin Huerter, DeAndre Hunter, and Cameron Reddish. We have Jabari, or John Collins, not Jabari, and Precious, and we have James Wiseman now, which is awesome. So I kind of want to get Jeff Teague back if he's not asking for too much money, because I just feel like, you know, the team traded for him. You know, might as well have him as kind of a, you know, just a veteran role. He played for Atlanta, so, you know, give him like a 2-year deal, 2-year team option kind of thing. I'll offer it, and we're really not going to be going crazy in this free agency anyway. We could have gotten Drummond or AD, obviously would be nice, but there's no way Anthony Davis is coming to Atlanta. Whiteside, you could go for him. I imagine he'll be accessible. Brandon Ingram, you could offer him a contract, but New Orleans is probably not going to let this man go based off the season he is having. There's Montrezl Harrell as well, to have him off the bench. There's some free agents that Atlanta could, you know, try to get, but Jeff Teague's going to be one of them. And for shooting guards, guys like Bogdan, Clarkson, Brooks. I get Brooks a lot. I'm going to try to stay away from that. Trier, Dotson. Let's go for Clarkson, actually. You know what? That should give Trae Young a little bit more help. Or Bogdan. Either one wouldn't be bad. Bogdan's a little bit better of a match. Evan Fournier, you know, kind of shoots starter to me. I guess I'll offer Bogdan a contract. You know, might as well. Let's give him like a 4-year deal. Bring him to Atlanta. That'd be awesome. We do need a backup center for James Wiseman, because I do want to start James Wiseman. We could go for like Bismack Biyombo. You know, another player that was a good fit here was Dwayne Dedmon when he was here, but obviously he's kind of a big pace, or he's getting paid quite a bit of money is what I'm trying to say. So we'll offer Damian Jones contract as well. So we're not going to go too crazy. Jeff Teague, Bogdan, and Damian Jones. Those are decent signings. That should give some bench help, of course. I guess we'll get Damian Jones instead on a 1-year deal, which is, you know, kind of better for me anyway. And then now we look at the team. So Jeff Teague's going to be backing up Trae Young still. We have Bogdan now. We could even start Bogdan if we really wanted to, but I imagine I might start Kevin Huerter. And then Hunter, we want to see what he can eventually become. And then Cameron Reddish, still a raw player that we could trade. And then John Collins, Precious backing him up. And then we have James Wiseman and Damian Jones. So, you know, honestly, we have a rotation now. We have $53 million still to spend as well. We could offer, you know, we could just offer some players that have maybe been given up on out here. I don't want Whiteside. Let's keep looking. Let's keep looking for players, you know, that could come in here, contribute, and then we could trade possibly. You know what I mean? You know, some teams do that. They sign players, they become good here, and then we trade them, right? So we could go for like Davis Bertans, who could be another nice player off the bench for us, or start. Actually, no, he wouldn't start. What am I talking about? Burks, you know, has had one of those seasons in Golden State where Warriors could trade him right now if they wanted to. Iguodala is down here, but I don't envision getting him. I kind of like the idea of getting Davis Bertans. Then we can maybe send Precious to the G League. So I'm going to give Bertans a 1-year deal. I'll give him a 2-year deal. Let's give Bertans a 2-year deal. And I think that's about all I'm spending. I think that's going to be it. We should still have max salary space going into next offseason. We have $41 million. So yeah. And I don't think there's any. I think John Collins might be free agent actually. So that we should still have plenty of money to sign John Collins, and we can decline other players. So yeah, you know, not too aggressive free agency, but we all know Trae Young in the second season becomes very, very good. So I will look forward to that, and we'll get some of our players back on qualifying offers. So Precious will probably spend some time in the G League. We got Jeff Teague, be a nice, bench player for us. Although I envision Jeff Teague would probably want to go play for contender, but you never know. You never know. And then Bertans, I don't know why he's going down overall, but he's come here. So yeah, I mean, I like this team right now. Obviously, it's not championship contenders yet, but we'll get there. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate to the end of the second season. We'll recap the rotation at the end. And hopefully, by the end, maybe we can shock the world and make the playoffs. Number 2 has come to an end as Joel Embiid is our most valuable player. James Wiseman wins Rookie of the Year on the Hawks. We desperately needed a center, and we got our center in James Wiseman, who can pair along Trae Young and John Collins for years to come. So Dennis Schroeder's your 6th man, and Anthony Davis is your Defensive Player of the Year. DeAnthony Melton is your most improved. I'm not surprised. I did a Grizzlies rebuild, and honestly, the guy is actually pretty good. So yeah, and we went 48 and 34. Honestly, I'm not shocked because Trae Young's on the All-NBA second team. His stats are just boosted. He is so good on this game, and that's probably the big reason why we made the playoffs, because he just does so damn good in the second and third season. Like, his just numbers just go up. 20, actually they were kind of the same, but he almost averaged 30 points per game. Wiseman had 18, and Bogdan actually started over Kevin Huerter and had 15 points per game, which is actually pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. And then DeAndre Hunter with 13.6, and John Collins with 13, and Davis Bertans with 10.5, and Teague did all right with 9 and 4. So I mean, this team did pretty good. I envisioned Huerter continuing to start, because I'm pretty sure that's the route the Hawks want to go, but then they wanted to start Bogdan. I was like, it's whatever, we will, why not? And this was the rotation we're running. Trae Young, Bogdan, Hunter, Collins, Wiseman, Bertans, Jeff Teague, Kevin Huerter, and Damian Jones. So yeah, the team wasn't bad. Like I said, I really wanted to start Kevin Huerter over Bogdan, but I just let it be, and I just wanted to see how it would go, and it went pretty all right. So can we go ahead and beat the Toronto Raptors in the first round? That would be kind of amazing experience for our young guys. We're up 2-1 on the Raptors. They even it up with us. Can we go up 3-2 on them? We do. Can we beat them in 6? Nope. We're going to a game 7 with Toronto. So you know what? This is still good experience for our young guys, no matter what happens. Going to a game 7 when you're very young is very nice. Just like for Denver last year when they went to 7 with the Blazers, they might have lost, but that was very good experience for their guys. Like, first time playoff people. That was very good experience. So we get to play Boston in the second round, so that's probably going to be an L here, but we'll see. Maybe we can upset them. We're up 1-0, up 2-0. Okay. All right, let's not do it to them, Atlanta. We're in a tie series. Let's go ahead and try to go to Simcast now and see if we can somehow upset Boston as well and find our way in the Eastern Conference Finals. Can we take one on their home floor? It doesn't look like it. Looks like we're going to have to force a game 7 if we want to go any further in the playoffs. And, if we get eliminated here, it's not that big of a deal. The fact that we got to the second round with this roster is pretty amazing. But we might force a game 7. And it looks like we are. 120 to 127. So going to 7 with the Celtics as well. Even more experience. So I'm glad, happy for that. Yeah, Denver went to 7 with the Spurs and the Blazers last year, didn't they? So, yeah, that was very valuable experience for the playoffs. And I would jump in, but this... Ooh, wow, we lost by 1. I would have jumped in, but this is only, the second season. So I'll wait till the third season to possibly jump in if needed. But that definitely could have been a moment where I jumped in. But then it's almost like if I would have jumped in and beat the Celtics, I probably would have lost to the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. So, yeah, it was kind of just no point there. But the Celtics do go on. Whoa, they have Whiteside. Actually, that could be a nice fit for Boston. I don't know how they were able to afford him, though. Did they trade somebody? I'm shocked they were able to even afford this guy. Is he on a 1-year deal? Okay, I was about to say, he's on a 1-year, $8 million deal. I was like, how the hell were they able to even afford Whiteside? And that's probably, that might be Whiteside's market. Maybe a little bit more than that, but, coming into the offseason, that might be Hassan Whiteside's market, honestly, after this season's over. Because I doubt anyone's going to give him a max, like, that he got before. I just doubt that's going to happen. Although, I will say... coming to the Portland Trailblazers, he's been amazing for us. I'm not gonna lie. It hasn't converted to winning games, unfortunately, because of all the injuries, but he's still been very good. Last night against the Lakers, he balled out. So 24th pick for us. I don't think we have any other picks I'm aware of. Do we? No. Okay, we don't. All right. So we could trade Bertans, but I think he's valuable bench depth. Although we do have Precious here. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this team just yet. I kind of want to go for like a win now approach with Trae Young, but I also want to kind of stay young. But I think for the video, I think I'm gonna go for the win now approach, obviously, so because we got one more season to go. So hopefully we can get more talent around Trae Young. You know, I'm looking at that starting shooting guard spot really, and I kind of want to get somebody very good there next to him. So hopefully we're able to do that. Brian Antoine, welcome to Atlanta. Probably going to be a trade piece, I'm not going to lie. Player options. We need to bring Collins back as well. Teague, should I say he's 33 years old. How much money do we have? Let's see. We got $6.99 million plus all of these. Okay, so we have. Oh, should I accept Jeff Teague is the question. I don't think I should. I kind of want to, but at the same time, I don't. I'm gonna accept him. I might regret that, but I'm gonna accept it just for a veteran point guard off the bench. But I might regret it. We'll see. Well, hopefully I can maybe use him in a trade if need be. But for free agency, we got $19 million. All we need to do really is re-sign John Collins, honestly. Then every one of these other players we're not really going to worry about. Bembry, I'm not worried about. So we still have $30 million. You know, we're still able to, you know, trade. Well, not trade. I mean, sign John Collins. So yeah, like I said, I'm targeting the shooting guard spot. I kind of want to get a good shooting guard next to Trae Young. And, you know, a player that might be disgruntled still in Washington, Bradley Beal could be somebody. The Kings want to get rid of Buddy Hield. That's somebody that we could go for. Let's keep looking, though, see if we can find anything. Buying. If the Wizards are selling, I might. They are buying. They have Bradley Beal and John Wall still. They went 11th last year. So the fact that they went 11th is telling you that they probably need to change some things. So I am going to go with the win now approach. And Bradley Beal obviously has shown frustration with the team he's with right now. We could also go for Zach LaVine if we wanted to. Let's see how they did last year. I don't know if they did any. They're selling. They went 15th as well. So they could trade Zach LaVine, but I also think they just need to put a team around this man. Although I'm not a big believer in Zach LaVine being your #1 option. I don't think that's ever going to convert to a championship, but that's just me. So Bradley Beal is probably going to be kind of tough to get, but we do have, you know, pieces, and the Wizards do need to rebuild. So let's go ahead and offer them like you know, a few pieces. So let's say we gave them Cameron Reddish and Precious, which is two, actually, this is two good young players for Bradley Beal, who does deserve, you know, quite a bit of value. He's 28 years old, so he's about to be in his prime. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely value there that the Wizards could get for him. So let's just say we're able to offer this. We'll also offer Precious as well. So let's see if we can do this. All of this for Bradley Beal. I think that's fair value. Bradley Beal is a very good player. All-star, you know, obviously he got snubbed this year, but he's an all-star. So the Wizards got Cameron Reddish, Brian Antoine, a first-round pick, and Precious out of it. So that's 3 young players for Bradley Beal and a first. I think that's pretty good value, but if you guys think it should have been a little bit less or a little bit more, let me know in the comments. But oh, I could have traded Kevin Huerter as well, but now I have like a 3-headed monster at shooting guard, I guess, but that's all right. So we're probably going to trade one of these guys as well, potentially. Probably Bogdan. I don't know, actually. We could mess around and move Bogdan to small forward, honestly. No, that might be the move if we want to do that. Let's see. I think he might go up. He does go up. So, you know what? We'll do that. So, Trae Young, Jeff Teague, Bradley Beal, Kevin Huerter, Bogdan, DeAndre Hunter, Davis Bertans, and James Wiseman. So, really, we just need John Collins back, and we should be ready to make a run, man. We really should. I think that's about all we need to do. We'll get John Collins back, and now we have kind of a three-headed monster with Collins. Oh, my gosh. Now this thing's going to glitch, isn't it? It always does this. Nope. Is it going to do it? It might do it on the last day. It's not really a glitch, I guess. It's just something that happens. And no, it didn't. Okay, cool. So it didn't happen. All right. Obviously, getting Donovan Mitchell or somebody like that would have been even more awesome next to Trae Young. But you know what? Bradley Beal, like I said, is a disgruntled star. And Atlanta could make their move if they want to make Trae Young even happier. They want to show him they're trying to win now. I like the move. I like the idea of getting Bradley Beal, you know, down the line. Obviously not right now because Bradley Beal can't be traded in real life right now. But eventually, you know, after a season and the Wizards still aren't doing anything good, Bradley Beal is probably going to want out of there, and the Wizards should start to look to rebuild anyway. So we got Bradley Beal, who is on a 1-year, 1-option deal. So I like the move for us. Hopefully it converts to winning, but we're going to go ahead and simulate to the end of season number 3, and hopefully we can win a championship and bring one home to Atlanta. At the end of the 3rd season, LeBron James is our most valuable player. Rookie of the year goes to Jalen Johnson on the Pacers. Mohamed Bamba is your 6th man. Anthony Davis, your defensive player, and Malik Monk is your most improved on the Detroit Pistons. No, that's actually not about, you know, a bad spot for Malik Monk if he were to find his way there, but Coach of the year goes to Lloyd Pierce because the Pistons are going to be in a rebuild very soon. It's coming, man. It's coming. But All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team, and All-NBA third team. Did Trae Young? Yeah, Trae Young and Luka made it together on the All-NBA second team. We're the first seed in the East, which is awesome. Let's go look at the player stats together. 24, 20, and 19. So Trae Young got help from Bradley Beal, so he didn't have to carry everyone. His back won't be sore now, so everything is going good there. And Collins still 14 points and 10 rebounds and 1 block a game. Hunter with 12, and then Bogdan with 12. So yeah, very nice. And then this was the rotation we were running. Bogdan was still starting, which is all right. You know, I almost probably would have rather started Hunter just because of his defense. Probably would be very key, which actually I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to start Hunter instead because his defense in the playoffs is going to be very valuable against, you know, other teams' best players. So yeah, we're going to do that. And then other than that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and simply current round against Cleveland, and hopefully we can beat the Cavaliers here to start this series off. They evened it up with us, so hopefully that is a continuing trend. We're down 2-1 to Cleveland. Let's not lose to Cleveland in the first round. That'd be phenomenal. 3-2. We beat them in 6. We do. Okay. So now we get to play Charlotte. I don't know who the Cavaliers have, but they definitely pushed our limits. Kevin Love is still there. I'm pretty sure that's probably not going to happen, but we'll see. We're up 1-0 on the Hornets. They evened it up with us. They're up 2-1. Why are we getting these scares? 2-2. 3-2 for us, please. 1-6 again. Okay, so that was basically the same way the other series went. Now we get to face the 7-seeded Philadelphia 76ers, who have Embiid, Ben Simmons, Lowry, Al Horford, and Josh Richardson. So no more Tobias Harris. They have Kyle Lowry instead, and I'm going to assume Tobias Harris is on the Raptors now. And he is. Okay, interesting. So can we beat the 7-seeded Philadelphia 76ers? 2-0, 3-0. We're going to sweep them, right? Nope, 3-1, 3-2. Do not. Okay, I was about to say, don't let this be a game 7. So we've won in 6 so far, every series. Can we beat the Lakers to win the championship? I feel like the Rockets have beaten me the last 2 videos in the finals. Hopefully we can beat the Lakers. They're up 1-0. We even it up. We're up 2-1, 3-1. Let's go. Let's go. I needed that one. I haven't won a championship in a while, I feel like. But James Wiseman was the finals MVP. Thank you guys for watching the video. We were able to bring Trae Young and Atlanta a championship. Here was the final roster. Trae Young, Bradley Beal, James Wiseman, Collins, Bogdan, DeAndre Hunter, Bertans, Kevin Huerter, Jeff Teague, and then obviously Charles Brown. You know, there's some players down here, but they didn't really get minutes. So I'm going to end it there. Thank you guys again for watching the video. Leave it a like if you enjoyed. And of course, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. But this Crushables, you know what I'm saying? Peace.